Ladies and gentlemen, Captain America 4. Is Marvel back? Is this what we've been waiting for this entire time? That is something we plan to answer today. Already the discourse around this thing is not looking good, but I think this is a comeback. And also the Acolyte episode 7. It happened. That's all I can really say. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Hello, everybody. Back after a week hiatus. How's everybody doing today?
Great, man. Good to be.
Good. That's good. DJ won't be here tonight. He has a little family thing, but it's cool. We'll hear. I'm pretty sure he'll talk about Captain America on Gaskar's channel on Wednesday, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. So you can check that out. And everybody already gave their thoughts on Acolyte episode 7. So this is just kind of gonna be a rehash on that personally. So
hot topics.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on, but I will say this though. For the first time since maybe Endgame, I guess you could say Spider-Man No Way Home. But for the first time since Endgame, I'm really looking forward to an MCU movie because the stigma, right? Like there was so much stigma around the MCU, like what's going on and all this, But now, like even if you're not looking forward to Deadpool, it's just boom, we got Deadpool in 2 weeks. Then we got this awesome trailer for Captain America. It just has that feeling of like maybe 4 or 5 years ago when Marvel was on the, just on their game, man, just knocking these things out. And I saw
glory days.
Yeah, the glory days, exactly. And I looked at the trailer. I did my trailer reaction, and I'm like, okay, just show me something, because I was expecting to see the same old MCU like jokey stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this feels like Winter Soldier.
Exactly.
And that's what they've been missing this entire time, because phase 1, 2, and 3, each Marvel movie kind of had its own flavor. Like Captain America was more of like the spy espionage movies. Iron Man was the tech guy who was kind of comedic, and then Guardians of the Galaxy was the group sci-fi film. But like phase 4 and phase 5, all the movies kind of felt like the same. I mean, they're not all the same. Like Spider-Man No Way Home, I thought was really good. Doctor Strange 2, I thought was good. Disappointing in some ways, but good. But this actually, it felt like it was given the identity back of what the Captain America movies were. And it to me, it just solidified that Falcon Winter Soldier should have been the 4th movie. This should have been the 5th movie. Like we should have never got that series. It should have been a movie.
Well, a lot of people, what they say about Falcon Winter Soldier, that it was already obvious that, that the mantle was passed on to him by the end, the last scene in Endgame, right?
Yeah.
But they just want to elaborate on that, and it was a decent series.
No, I liked it. I liked it.
That had its issues, yeah, like the fact that he was broke, Danny and I have said this many times, you would think that, he would be one phone call away from getting help from somebody, a close friend from the Avengers, right? And that didn't happen. So, yeah, exactly. So, but I'll say exactly what you said. I said it on my review on the trailer teaser, that it gives me Jason Bourne type of espionage and Manchurian Candidate. With the whole president, is Ross really behind all of this in order for him to become the Hulk, the Red Hulk, right? Just trying to twist everything that's happening and the whole presidential thing, ironically.
Ironically.
Yeah, and no, I think I loved it. I loved this trailer.
Yeah.
It got me. It felt good. You can see that Sam's being hooked in, because of Captain America. It was very bold in saying in the whole trailer, like, you're no Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Right. And stuff like that. So, I mean, like you said, it's not comedic. It's going to be a serious toned espionage type of series. And I'm looking forward to it.
One thing they do too, that like they've done in the past, because you remember like when I think it was Iron Man 2, immediately when Rhodey came in, a new Rhodey came in, he said, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
What it is. They addressed this whole situation. They did the same thing here. The new look, because
mustache.
Thaddeus Thunder had mustache. Sam Elliott.
Yeah, so they just kept it off and used that story plot.
Yeah,
new look.
Mustache,
yeah. I don't like Harrison Ford in this role personally. I like Harrison Ford, but when I see him, I don't think of General Ross. I'm like, oh, that's Harrison Ford. Like, why didn't they get someone like I said in my video? Like, go back and get Sam Elliott to reprise the role. Right, I can understand if they didn't want to do that, but get someone like that. I don't think you needed to get an actor the caliber of Harrison Ford when people are going to look at this and all you're going to see is Indiana Jones and Han Solo.
Sam Elliott he was a General Ross, wasn't he?
He was General Ross in Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, and the Eric Bana one.
They're okay. The first one, the Ang Lee.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Ang Lee one.
They should have. I would have got somebody like Tom Selleck. They're kind of very similar.
Yes.
In there.
Yes. 100%. I don't understand why Harrison Ford. Like, are you saying to me? That's what I was about to say. I was like, so do you not have confidence in I forgot his name, Sam Wilson, but his actual name
Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. So you don't think he could draw, that you need to put Harrison Ford in there to draw an audience? And maybe for the old white people they need to. Maybe they're like I mean, let's be honest. A lot of the old white people are like, oh, Captain America is black, but Harrison Ford's in here. It sounds bad, but there might be some truth to that.
I think it's interesting too. They got a black director for this. I watched a Denzel Washington clip, and he was talking like sometimes some movies need the same color director as is the star because they can relate to more cultural things.
Yeah.
So maybe they got this black guy. His name was Julius Ona. I'm not familiar with his work, but a black man being thrown into an iconic role that a white man traditionally carried. Maybe the director would know how it would feel since they're the same race. And I don't know, but
that's why
Washington said that a lot.
That's why there was a female director for Wonder Woman, because a female would know more of the female lifestyle than a male would. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me personally. But I thought the trailer was.
I would have went and got the Russo brothers, but this cat seems to be doing a pretty good job from what I can see.
I think they need to get the Russo brothers for the next Avengers movie. Like, I don't care how much it costs, man.
Didn't they start talking to them again?
There was rumors that they were in talks with them, but I mean, you need to get them back to do something. If they don't want to direct, then have them oversee some projects at least.
Mm-hmm. At least one of them, maybe not both of them, but at least one of them.
Yeah. It's like I feel like Star Wars. Really, in order to bring some of the fan base back, I think you kind of should bring George Lucas back into the fold. Maybe not writing and directing, but just kind of like executive producing, overseeing things. It would go a long way to restoring some of the confidence in the fans.
I agree.
Phil Collins, $4.99. The assassination attempt yesterday got me very sad and pissed off.
We're not going to go into politics here. Where was I? Oh, I was coming. I went to Tampa to go to a wrestling event. I didn't end up staying, but we were on our way back, and my wife seen it, and she looked at the videos. I don't know. I feel two different ways about it. Part of me feels like, oh, this could be staged, and then a part of me is like, oh, well, it might not be staged because someone did die, and I don't want to come out and say it was staged when someone actually died. But
it's staged. Somebody doesn't have. I just can't believe it was staged and went that far. But I will say, if you look at it under a microscope, I've been to places where the president or high-ranking official was supposed to appear at, and man, it's crazy. Like President Bush came, the son came to where I work at. They wouldn't let none of us, law enforcement, nowhere near. He had Texas Rangers was his.
Yeah.
He didn't have Secret Service. President Bush Jr. had Texas Rangers.
Really?
And man, them suckers, they put like a
Chuck Norris?
like a 3-mile radius around that airport, and I mean nobody, not even a roach got to that thing. So the fact that they didn't sweep that area and to find something that guy is that obvious and was able to break that circle makes one think like,
That's why I'm so skeptical on it, right? Because they said I've seen a video today where I guess he was like 100 and something yards out on top of a building, and he sniped. But my thing is, if you have to be a bad sniper then. If you're gonna lay on a sniper, then
he was 20 years old.
Well, I was told that
I doubt he
didn't have a scope, and then from the angle of the shot, what I was told is like Trump moved his head at the last split second. Like
he didn't have a scope from 100 and something yards out.
He did not have. It was iron scope. Yep. Yeah.
He plays too much Call of Duty, bro. Because there ain't no way.
Yeah, iron sights. And that's why I was like, when I first heard this, I say, I want to know his background. Does he have a military background? Because in Marine Corps, we're taught every Marine is a basic rifleman. We're taught windage, elevation, all that kind of stuff, breath control. Like I wonder is he like in the military or something? But based on the background I got on him, he wasn't. I said, well, is he a part of some kind of militia group or something? And it wasn't any of that. But I don't know. It was kind of strange. I hope. Because let's say, for instance, he did hit the target. We'd probably be in civil war now.
Yeah, he could have. He could have easily done that. He could have easily caused the civil war.
He would have been. He would have been a martyr.
If he would have done that, then President Biden would have to go into hiding.
It would have been. It probably would have been like fear right away, and then rioting right afterwards. Yeah, it was kind of crazy, man.
I gotta say, as a Canadian looking in from up here, it sucks because the loss of life in any reason, and anybody that I see comments like, "Oh, why did he miss?" and all this bullshit. It's sad.
Yeah,
it really is because right now the stability of the United States politically, it's very, very unstable.
And I know y'all know how I feel, but and it's gonna sound bad, and I don't mean for it to sound bad. Please forgive me. But if it would have been someone that looked like me,
oof.
Well,
that would have been dynamite.
I think if it was someone who was black who was running and they were assassinated on live TV, I think that could have caused the Civil War as well.
Oh yeah, like if it had been Obama a few years ago. I thought I always thought, I said, man, Obama's dead. I've said this to myself.
I'm right there with you.
I said the first president he met through his first term, I was like, he dodged the bill. But that second time, I was like,
Yeah, I think the United States is on such a tipping point right now compared to back when Obama was there. Like I feel like any little thing could set this country off into another war because like things are just so crazy now.
And then if you who gets shot? Didn't he give the person the middle finger or something?
Who?
Trump. When they were trying to like protect him, circle him up,
he was going like this.
He said, "Fight, fight, fight."
Yeah. It's
Justin
a scary
Monty,
situation.
Justin Monty, $5. While I like Captain America trailer, it really came out at the worst possible time considering real life events that are happening right now. Listen.
Well, it kind of came out before that though.
Yeah.
It came out before that, Justin Monty. Appreciate the super chat though. But yeah, it kind of came out before that. But I mean, look, it was a good time for Marvel to release the trailer because back in the day when Marvel released 4 movies a year, usually we would get a trailer for the next movie right as the movie's releasing. So we got Deadpool coming out in 2 weeks. they would want this trailer to play in front of that movie. So, perfect comment, I think.
And it's also good the fact that this trailer for me was a great trailer. The fact we didn't really get an MCU movie in a while.
Yeah,
I think that's what helped it as well.
It kind of helps the thirst.
Yeah.
Well, it tastes better when you don't have it.
Yeah, exactly.
In the desert, you probably find 2 days later, like, oh God, this is the best.
It's an oasis.
The one thing I was wanting to say earlier was I like the Falcon Winter Soldier. I think it should have been a movie. I think moving forward, because Bob Chapek came out and he was just like content, and I think that didn't help the overall landscape of either Star Wars or the MCU. But apparently, Bob Iger, he's coming in. He's like, look, we got to go back to basics with a lot of these things, and I'm hoping that we see more of that. I want to see original content on Disney Plus. I don't want to see stuff that Obi-Wan should have been a movie. Obi-Wan should have been a movie. Falcon Winter Soldier should have been a movie. Like, it's okay. Daredevil season 4, great. That's fine. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Mandalorian, whatever. That's fine for streaming. But you got to start coming out with movies, because even Book of Boba Fett, I started rewatching it the other day just because I'm like,
really?
I want to give this another shot. I'm like, after the Acolyte, I want to give Book of Boba Fett another shot. I fell asleep 20 minutes in. But, I think even that should have been a movie. Like Mandalorian fit because it was a new character and all this stuff. But I think taking pre-existing characters and making them shows is a disservice to them.
I disagree slightly on that point. And here's why. I think that Disney Plus should be the launching pad for an upcoming movie.
Like Miss Marvel?
When they did like exactly. That's one example. When they did WandaVision, it proceeded right into Doctor Strange 2. The Disney Plus shows should get your appetite wet for the main show. If they did the Boba Fett, and they should have done some kind of movie, Star Wars movie.
Can I ask you a question?
Right.
I see where you're going, and I'm with you on that. But why not whet the appetite by putting Boba Fett in the Mandalorian season 2 like they did, and having that launch the Book of Boba Fett movie?
I mean, they could be tethered together, but the Disney Plus movie should coincide with the release of the major movie. I think that way it'll get you set up for it. And it should be like no less than 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
what. It makes no sense when they made a Falcon and Winter Soldier, what it was, 2 years now?
Yeah.
And now they go through this.
More than that. Huh?
Yeah, 2021, I think it came out.
3 or 4.
But see, that makes no sense, because now in order to kind of catch up to where we at now, you have to go back and watch it. I guess they want you to do that. I guess that helps with.
I guarantee you, a lot of the stuff in that episode, in that show, won't even be referenced in the movie. Like I feel like people can go from Endgame straight to that and not have to watch it.
3 years ago,
the black guy that was the original Captain America Super Soldier. We see him in there.
But they're probably gonna do like a brief explanation on who he is for those who hasn't watched Disney. I'm guessing. I don't know exactly.
But I can see a definite upgrade in his suit, because he's flying like Iron Man.
I love his new suit. It looks good because he's not running around with the stupid neck thing. Like, it looks like Steve Rogers' costume in Winter Soldier, but with wings. And I'm like, that's what I want to see.
But
yeah, it looks like he gets an upgrade in it.
Like, he gets a serious upgrade like that. It looks like Stark Tech to me.
Yeah.
With adamantium, maybe.
Well, maybe.
Well, also to your point about like leading up to movies, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did that all the time. Like, I remember season 1 led up to Winter Soldier when they had the FBI or the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents turn in season 1, and then season 2 led into Avengers: Age of Ultron. So I think Disney Plus needs to work on that and start leaving these big characters for movies.
No, yeah. Oh boy, says vibranium, not adamantium.
Yeah,
But
vibranium probably got from Wakanda.
the rumor is this is where they're introducing adamantium.
Oh, are they?
That's the whole thing. It's the race for adamantium.
Mm. Okay, makes sense.
Allegedly. Rumor. Makes sense though.
Yeah, it would.
Celestial being still in the ocean.
Yeah, it would make sense.
He's made out of adamantium.
What?
Yeah, the rumor is it's gonna lead up to an adamantium war.
No, I'm saying the celestial beings is made.
That's
out
what the
of
rumor
adamantium?
is. Yeah, that's what the rumor is. That's
They did make reference to that in what's the one, Wolverine and Sabretooth, the movie
Daredevil
Origins.
Origins. They made, didn't the guy went to Africa?
Yeah,
for the adamantium.
it was a meteor. Yeah.
It said it was a meteor or something. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But now they're saying that it's the celestial that brought it to Earth.
That's a good way to explain it.
Yeah. Again, rumor theory.
Yeah.
Didn't we have another super chat?
Yeah, I just put it on Geeky Guys.
Okay. Some geeky guy, $5. I'm betting the finale of the film will take place on the site of Tenenbaum's corpse from the Eternals, where they'll discover adamantium. That's exactly what I think.
And then we talked about your whole thing without even getting to it. So thank you.
Cheers,
G
Mike.
Majors came in with a super chat.
What up though? Trailer was great.
Yes, sir. G Majors, thank you. Appreciate you. Next one, just a Monty back.
Just the Monty, $5. Just to clarify, I'm more referring to how the trailer has connections to real life events, like the moment in the trailer where General Ross gets shot. A lot of presidents got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan back in, what was it, 80s? That got shot as well.
Yep.
JFK, Abraham Lincoln, Trump isn't the first one.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. And like I said, this came out before the trailer, so the Marvel couldn't see the future of something that would happen. So,
but I think he's also talking about the political instability as well.
Yeah.
This whole thing. So yeah. I can see where Justin Monty's coming in from.
Thank you, Sir Justin Monty. Fast Eddie,
$5. The Boys season 4 episode 7 was fire.
All right, guys,
sat down and watched that.
I got a confession. I kind of fell off The Boys, man.
You by yourself, Rob. I watched the first 3 episodes of it. The last one I watched was the caterpillar, the human caterpillar episode.
Well, see, that was the one I watched too, and I said, guys, you were all on here, and I'm like, guys, I think I'm checked out on this. I'm like, Boys used to have like they would do crazy stuff, but it would mean something. I was like, a human caterpillar guy doing things like that doesn't affect the story. They just did it to do it, and then DJ's like, DJ's like, Rob, give one more episode, and I watched one more episode, and I was like, I think I might be done. I feel like when you go back to season 1, it was about the Boys taking down this company and Butcher trying to get revenge to what happened to his wife. And I feel like that story just kind of got muddled as they kept trying to stretch the source material. And there's things about it that I seen a clip on Facebook where that American chick like sprays breast milk in Homelander's face. And I'm like, what are we doing now? Right?
Well, it's because that's what Homelander likes, right? It's that whole mother issues that he has, right? So that's how she's trying. I mean, it wasn't a terrible episode, the last episode, but I'm with you guys on it. I don't have that, oh, the Boys are on, I gotta go watch it. It's like, oh, I got nothing to watch, let me watch it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So I'm hearing a lot of good things about this Supercell, and I watched the first episode. Wasn't all like it didn't grab it, but I was told to keep watching it. But it's a Netflix series about Black British superheroes, or they have powers. I don't know if
it's on Netflix.
Yeah,
and
it just came out.
Good things about.
Not too long ago. Yeah,
probably about maybe a month or 2 ago.
Okay, I'll check out a trailer for it. I've been looking forward to watching something. It's just the Boys.
That and Invincible, I've kind of lost.
I finished Invincible, but I didn't watch it week to week. I just waited for it to get done, and I binged it. but I don't know, the boys just kind of really lost the narrative. And I'm not talking about them making Frenchie gay. I mean, that has all kinds of, like, I have questions about that. I know people said they hinted to it before, but it was clear to me in the first 4 seasons, like, he had a thing for the chick.
Yeah,
and then like out of nowhere,
still does.
Yeah, and now out of nowhere, this, and then you got the chick doing the breast milk, this guy doing a human centipede on it. Like, I was like, man,
But between the centipede and the breast milk, at least the breast milk makes sense because of Homeland's background and what he's done on the other episodes, where he actually has bottles of breast milk,
Yeah.
And he had was it Elizabeth Shue, wasn't it? Didn't Elizabeth Shue gave him some in the beginning? I believe so.
In season 1?
Yeah, in season 1.
Yeah.
So it there's a connection to it, but the centipede was completely not needed.
I wonder what he does prepare for that role, because he really truly looks psychotic when he does some of his facial expressions and stuff. I'm like, bruh, what are you tapping in from? Because if I was his wife or girlfriend or whatever, I'd be worried. Like, man,
I really hope James Gunn casts this guy as Reverse Flash.
Oh yes, man. He would be an awesome earbud thorn boy. Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's hard to beat that one on CW. That cat, man.
Oh yeah. No, I liked him too.
And he plays all different versions. I mean, he was a very versatile actor. For CW, for the content they usually put out, and for the lack of funding that they really have, he was good.
Yeah.
He was the adrenaline in their arm whenever ratings got kind of low, the story got kind of weak.
Yeah. Wells.
Reverse flashback in. Come on back. He would always pick them back up.
Jumping back to boys real quick. I mean, I spent like a couple years trying to convince my wife into watching it, because she would watch. She wouldn't watch with me, but I would watch in the living room. She'll walk by, catch glimpses of it, and there's always something nasty happening. She's like, "Why do you watch this? Something is always nasty happening." She finally sat down and watched an episode with me, and it was the Human Centipede episode. And there was nothing I could say to defend it, though.
So I don't watch Hero Gasm then. Oh my lord!
I was like,
that episode.
That episode was like, what?
There was nothing I could say to defend that in any way, because there was no plot point why that needed. Yeah, boys lost me, unfortunately. Fast Eddie's in here.
$5 again, Fast Eddie. We appreciate that. House of Dragon season 2, episode 4. Thoughts.
I had a lot of thoughts.
When you're happy and mad at the same time.
Oh my
that's what I was.
Yeah.
Like, yes, and I was like, what? No.
I'm loving this show.
Do you think he's dead?
Who, the
Somebody
king?
told me he's not.
Yeah.
Like if he's not dead, then she shouldn't be dead.
Yeah, but she kind of like fell from higher stuff.
It don't matter. He was in fire.
But he was wearing the Conqueror's armor.
Yeah, that's right. He was fully armed up.
So that's Valerian steel. So Valerian steel is pretty resistant to the fire.
I'm pretty sure she had on Valerian steel as well too.
She should have as well, but I don't know, man. I think some, you know how Game of Thrones is, man. You can't get attached to any freaking character.
I hate that because I saw finally, what was it?
Game of Thrones?
Out of the Snow Children, only one died.
Only one died? What do you mean only one died?
It was a brother, because the crippled guy became the king.
Oh, okay. You're done.
The redheaded girl was the queen. The little girl went sailing by herself, and Jon Snow went back to the wall. So only one that died was the other brother.
Yeah, but the mother died, the brother died, the father died.
Right. Well, 3 out of 7 died.
Yeah.
Theon was technically a Stark. He died.
They should not have killed this woman. I hate this.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the king's gonna die. I have a feeling. Aegon's gonna die.
Well, see, originally I was like, because I seen people reacting to it, and I didn't get to watch the episode right away because I was out of town. So I sat down Wednesday and watched it, and I'm like, oh, he's not dead. I'm like, Game of Thrones already spoiled the ending. Joffrey spoiled it in season 3. And then I went back and watched that Joffrey clip, and he doesn't say which brother does the deed. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe he is dead. I don't know. I put, if I had to bet, 90% chance he's still alive, but I wouldn't be surprised.
So
I don't think he was a good king anyway.
This is before Game of Thrones.
200 years before.
Yeah, 200 years before, but Joffrey spoils the ending of House.
Joffrey speaks about it, and also in Robert's rebellion thingy, they talk remember the little girl with the scales on her face?
Yeah.
She was reading a book that she was reading. It's called The Dance of Dragons.
Yeah.
And that was the whole fight that we got.
Yeah.
That just happened.
In season 3, when Joffrey's taking Marjorie around a tour of the castle, he points to the thing and is like, this is where so-and-so does this to so-and-so, which is the complete end of House of Dragons. So he completely spoils it. So I was like, really? I don't want to say it because nobody caught it. I don't want to spoil the ending for them. But yeah, I was like, dang, man.
So what do you call the white-haired people again? Targaryens?
Targaryens.
Yeah, Targaryens. She died out because only one was the
only one left was Dany and her brother, and then Drogo killed her brother. So actually, Jon Snow's a Targaryen, so
he deserved to die.
Who, Jon?
No. God, he gave the gold crown.
Varys, yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yeah, I hated that dude.
I hated a king.
He was like, I let all their horses rape you.
Gold on his head.
I hate on this. That doggone crippled guy that always be walking around talking to the queen.
Yeah.
Man,
see, I hate the other guy more. Christian, yeah. I hate him so much.
Him and that crippled guy, they neck and neck, man, depending on what day of the week it is, man. Yeah. Like the Joker and the Penguin. I'm like, oh my God. And then he can look at something and figure out everything, man. How you Batman or something?
Well, he's this version's Littlefinger.
Yeah.
I was glad when those girls slit his throat.
The Whisperer.
Yeah.
Cole got up from his from getting winded from the blast of the dragon's impact. My daughter was like, "Damn it! I wanted him dead." I wanted him dead.
They ain't gonna. I don't know how they're gonna defeat that big dragon. That sucker, man. He is.
Oh, the one that
the guy with the patch wears.
Yeah. What's his? Yeah. Aegon.
No, Aegon. No,
Aemon.
Aemon's the one that flies the big one.
Dude, all their names start with an A. I don't know what any of it, like Aemon, Aegon.
I'm reading the book and their names are so like reused that you're like,
yeah, because like doesn't the one that died? Her name was close to Rhaenyra.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think isn't Jon Snow's real name Aegon?
Yes.
So it's just like, man, y'all stop using your name, the same name.
He was the prince that was promised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have went back to that wall if I was him. I'm like, nah, bro.
He likes it over there though. He that's family. He's going back with his family. He's going back with Tormund and stuff.
I ain't going back to no Siberia. I don't care how much.
If you look at the entire series, that was where he was most happy, was in the wall. Like even Tormund said it before he went to King's Landing in the final couple episodes. Tormund's like, you should be coming home with us in the north, you know? And you know, he was looking at that coochie, man. He wanted that coochie, and before he found out it was his aunt, man.
Well, if I was him, I'd change the rules. I'm gonna have a woman. If I got to stay over here in Siberia, guess what?
I got a question. I got a question for you, Danny.
Sleep with.
I got a question for you, because just like my wife, you binged it, so you saw it all in one gulp. How did you feel about Danny's turn at the end? Did you see it coming?
I didn't mind it too much. It wasn't nothing that made me hate the ending at all. But
see, my wife felt the same way. My wife's like, I knew she was psycho. She was doing all this stuff to these people leading up to this. But see, when the show came out, we were going like 2 years in between seasons, and people were like, oh, she just turned bad out of nowhere. I'm like, did you guys see all this bad stuff she was doing?
Yeah,
you know,
when she started learning how to please Drago, whatever, that was like the beginning of it there. And then she got more, when dragons start being born.
Yeah, she started burning people alive and hanging people and all kinds of stuff.
But how she betrayed, he betrayed her, but how she did that guy that stood by her side the whole time. And he said, "Man, I love you." She's like, "Don't you touch me. And if I see you again, you're dead." I'm like, man, this man pretty much was your mentor. He walked you.
The Mormon, yeah.
So yeah.
And not only that, when she found out John was the true heir king, she was like she didn't want nothing to do with that. And the final straw was when the guy, her hand, when he died, and when Miss Sunday got beheaded, that was the final straw because all of her friends were gone. And then she looked at everybody loving John. She just snapped. And I'm like, I never understood why people are like, her turn doesn't make sense. I'm like, they've been laying it out for 7 seasons. It makes perfect sense. Now, I didn't like Bran becoming king though. I hated that.
Talking about the guy in the
wheelchair. Yeah.
The last thing when he came into the room and they were like, "Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace," and then they said, and his name, I wouldn't like his name. I'm Danny the Broken. No, I ain't Danny the Broken. I'm Danny something, but not the Broken.
Danny the Wise. I can see all this shit that already is going to happen. Yeah.
But what I the one death I did not like, and they killed Draco. I really liked him.
Who?
Got it.
Aquaman. Oh yeah, they killed him first season.
I was like, come on, y'all.
It's the way
that was before he was big, though. That was before he was a big actor.
A lot of people thought he couldn't speak. A lot of people thought he had problems speaking or something, and he couldn't do a role.
Making the show interesting.
Yeah.
Then when they killed old boy, the guy playing the Mandalorian, I was like, bro, he done beat this man down to death.
He was my favorite part, man.
Man, that fight scene was awesome. And I was like, what? So, yeah.
But see, back then,
we're all cheering for him.
Back then, when you were watching it week to week, like we're watching House of Dragon, it was like you don't know what's gonna happen next week. Like Red Wedding hit, and then Joffrey died, and then the Red Viper. Like it was so crazy week to week.
When old boy killed his daddy on the toilet,
that aired on Father's Day.
I was like, yes.
They aired that on Father's Day. It was great. Yeah, it was great. But even that was shocking because he goes into his dad's room and Shay is just sitting there and she's calling him my lion, just like she used to call. Like, oh man, that show hits on so many different levels.
That's great writing, right? That's the thing. Yeah. And the thing a lot of people were complaining, going back to the whole final season thing that you were asking Danny if you liked it, right? I think what a lot of people had issues is the fact that we waited so long to see the 2 years, and we knew that they were rushing to get it done because the actors had other commitments and they were asking for a lot of money for more, for more shows, for more episodes. So it was rushed, and that's what that last episode felt at the time, that it was rushed. Now that you're watching it, you're binging it, you don't have that same feel for it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and a lot of people really wanted to see what the actual writer of the books was going to do for his ending, right? Because
he's still 2 books behind.
Yeah, so we don't know what the author or the creator of these characters actually had in mind. So
apparently, he said that he told them the ending. Because he worked with them on the script. He's like, look, this is how it's gonna end. He didn't write the scripts for it or anything, but he let them do their own story. But he's like, this is because where Jon Snow dies on the wall, that's where the last book ends. So the last 2 seasons, he never wrote the book, but he told them the endings. They had to come up with the rest of the stuff. The only real complaint I have about it being rushed was in seasons 1 through 5, it literally takes a character a whole season to get from point A to point B. Right, you see Arya and the Hound take a whole season to get to one location. Where in season 6 and 7, it's like Jon goes to Dragonstone in like a half an episode, and then he's back in Winterfell. Then he's back in like they're just jumping around because they don't have enough time to do that. I understand that. That's the only part I really noticed. But the turns, like a lot of people got mad. Oh, I can't believe they did all this character development on Jaime, and he still goes back to his sister at the end. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like he said 1,000,000 times that he would do anything for Cersei. Like he told the Blackfish, he's like, I will kill everybody in here to get back to Cersei. Like, regardless of how he felt about Brienne, he was always going to go back to Cersei.
Oh, she made me so sick. I was glad when she.
Man, I wish they would have killed her in the worst possible way instead of having the roof fall on her.
Yeah. The collapse.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
one of
I
my
don't
favorite was the tall female lady.
Brienne.
Yeah, she's
Captain Phasma.
Yeah.
Chris is like, Game of Thrones, I'm lost. Watch Game of Thrones, bro. It's my favorite show of all time. But that's just
I like it, but I still like Sons better.
That's what my wife said. She likes Sons of Anarchy way more.
I just never finished watching that. Phil Collins, $4.99. Any thoughts on Game Pass going up in price? From what I'm hearing, it's $240 a year to get new games day one on Game Pass.
I don't have a problem with it. I think economically, it makes,
a year? Man, that's okay. Sign me up. I ain't even a gamer.
To me, I think it's a bargain. For the simple fact is, you buy a new game for one new game, it's $70. Yeah.
So
right,
with 3 games for that price.
Yeah,
3 games.
3 games will pay for that easily. You're getting Call of Duty, the #1 selling game on every platform every single year, day one on Game Pass. Here's my thing. PlayStation raises the prices of their services. PlayStation Plus, they raised the prices of theirs about 6 months ago. Nobody says a word. Microsoft does it, and they're giving you more content, and people are losing their mind. Like, PlayStation Plus doesn't give you day and date games. You can't play Stellar Blade over on PlayStation Plus. You can play Call of Duty, Indiana Jones, Avowed, Starfield, all those games, Doom, Dark Ages, day one. If you try to buy each one of those games, the ones I just named will cost you about $500. Just those games I just said.
Not only that, you get a percentage off of EA games too. So if EA is coming out with anything that's, Star Wars or anything like that, that's decent, you're getting a deduction on that. Or you can just wait till it's free. Eventually it will be free.
The only negative I have is I think they confuse people with the different tier plans. I think it should just be, hey, here's Game Plan or here's Game Pass Ultimate. Okay, it's $15 a month. It's going up to $20 a month. You're getting all those games. I think they should take that, but do like an annual special. Like if you say, if you pay the whole year off, you save 20%, or make a family plan as well. I think that's what they should do. But PlayStation raises the price to the same exact thing. If you want to get PlayStation Plus with extra and essentials and all that in there, you're paying about the same price. Nobody cares. And they're giving you less content. Microsoft does it. Everybody throws a fit because it's Microsoft and it's Xbox. And that's where the hypocrisy comes in.
Yep. The whole divide. Xbox or PlayStation. Then you have people that have both.
Yep. Yeah, I have both. And I play PlayStation for its exclusives when they come out, but I'm mostly an Xbox guy. And I can play game like Danny just said. Just those 3 games are like $300, and I can get Game Pass for $2 something a month or $2 something a year and get all these games day one.
And not only that, with Game Pass, you can actually use it on your computer.
Yep, that's what I do as well.
And play on PC instead of on console. So,
what's up,
plus.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, back hotel. I jump in the last little bit of the show. I don't have a camera. I don't have a camera with me, so no camera.
Perfect timing, because we're about to get into the best part, man. We're talking about Acolyte.
Well, good talking to you guys. I'm gonna head on out.
So let me say something about the Acolyte, because I've been getting a lot of heat from people. So I never said the Acolyte is good writing. I never said that. I gave examples of how they might look at it and not put as much intention in it as they should. That's what I was saying. Like, if you go back and watch that video where I'm like, I got to get this off my chest. I even say in that video several times, look, I know it's bad writing. I know it's bad writing. But the thing is, I don't think they care. Whereas HBO, Like we hear it all the time. The first time House of Dragons made a pilot, they made them reshoot it. They're like, no, HBO has standards. Like, oh no, this episode of House of Dragons, not good. You're gonna go back and reshoot this. The first season of Game of Thrones, HBO sent it back. They're like, this is not good enough. It's only 40 minutes. We're doing hour shows. HBO has a standard. I don't think Disney cares. And I do feel like Disney's their mindset is we're focusing on 12 to 15-year-old demographic. Who cares? And I'm not saying that's the right way to look at it. I'm just saying that's how I think they're looking at it. That's just my thoughts.
I get that, but the show wasn't marketed that way. The show was never marketed to be, quote unquote, a teenage CW.
It's on
show.
Disney Plus.
Well,
the Disney part markets the teenage
I
part.
get that, but there's still adult content, like more adult content on there.
If they were marketing for adult content, they would have marketed on Hulu, not Disney Plus.
It's on Hulu.
My main thing is with what is more the budget, right? This this show is more expensive than the House of the Dragon. So with the quality that you're getting in visuals itself, like I've heard they're reusing stage sets from other shows, right? So where's all that money going?
Where the money go? Where the money go? Yeah.
Where's it really going? All that money?
That's a perfectly well complaint, and I agree with 100%. I think Disney is overspending on all these Disney Plus shows. Like for Obi-Wan, I believe it was a little cheaper because they were using that volume soundstage where everything is basically CGI.
They moved from that now.
Yeah, they moved from that, and I don't think that's a good thing because $170 million for this show. I'm sorry.
Where's it going? Where's it going?
Unless it's going on the choreography for the lightsaber duels, I don't see that money going anywhere.
Which even that it was a plus. Those lightsaber it was decent compared to what we got on other shows.
Yeah,
but even that, it's like you're gonna base the show on those moments, those specific moments. Yeah, they're great to see. Yeah, we're curious to see who the big bad is. But does that make the whole show great? Worth the watch?
I agree with what y'all saying, and I'm gonna first say the writing it could be better. I'm just gonna say that, but I know I've heard complaints in the past about the show. It's just blah blah blah. Shows in the past, and they don't have you interested. I've heard this several times. YouTubers say I'm not even interested in seeing the next episode. I'm just in it because it's this, or I got to talk about it. Well, so far for me, every episode has me curious to see what's going on next. I'm like, man, I want to see this. I want to see this. There isn't any fluff videos, or what's the term we like to use?
Filler.
I don't see any filler. Every episode drives the story to next. Now, I will say this last episode, the first 20 minutes of it, they could have do without because it was pretty much a rehash, the exact same thing. I think it was episode 3 or maybe 4.
Yeah,
so they could have cut that out. And if it was me, I would have started from the point where they got back the midichlorian count, saying, "Oh man, they're midichlorian, it's through the roof." So I would have started right there. I would have kept the first 20 minutes kind of like in the recap mode. But each episode to me has me wanting to see what's going to happen next.
I'm the same way as you.
I think they lost their momentum when they didn't. This last episode didn't have any Cormier in it. Cormier is their bread and butter.
It should have been a half and half episode.
Yeah.
First half of flashback.
They should have went to Cormier and see how he's trying to influence OSHA, because now they're gonna have to put a lot. They're gonna have to do a lot.
They should have revealed him talking to someone above him. Not sure who it was. Just have him talking to someone above him. Because that would have made everybody hype for the final episode, I think.
Or maybe if you're gonna do all of that, then say the last 6 to 8 minutes, Cormier talking to her, and like you said, talking to whoever's his master or whoever his like whatever they want to call that person. That would have been. It would have had us even more, or me, more ready to see the episode. But this whole series, I think it was, I won't say fantastic, but it's been very interesting. It has me wanting to see, and I hadn't wanted to see a Disney Plus show in a long time, every week. So every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, I'm ready to go with Anzo and watch this video. So to me, it checked those boxes.
I'll tell you what, I agree with everything you said. This is the first Disney Plus show. And it's also because it comes on at 9:00 my time. I have to wait till midnight.
Exactly.
But I schedule my break at work around this. I'm like, oh, it's 9:00, time to go to break, and I'll go take my break. Show's only 35 minutes long, so I don't have to worry about extending my break. Boom, I watch it. I go back to work. I couldn't do that with any of the other shows. You know, like a lot of them, I'm like, I get home from work, I'm like, I'll wait in the morning and watch it, you know, and whatever, you know, like I want to see what the hell is going to happen in this show. And I haven't felt that since WandaVision.
Well, Falcon Winter Soldier, I want to see.
Well, yeah, but it didn't have like a mystery to it, you know.
And Andor had me that way, I will say. I think every episode I've given like a C minus every episode, except for that one, the big episode.
Episode 5, I gave it A.
I give it a B, I think.
Episode 5 is like, that's A plus, bro.
I'm not completely, this show is the worst thing ever. It has its issues, and I have a hard time, but I will agree. I do have a curiosity with this show, and that's why I'm tuning in. I just want to know what the big. I'm gonna be honest with you. If it's not a big review at the end, I'm very upset for sticking around this long. Like it's gotta be something like major.
What are you thinking? Because I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be.
Yeah.
So like,
I know we always have the expectation aspect of stuff, and that kind of ruins, the ending of stuff. But we always talk about sticking the landing. I think it had to come with something big. I don't know what that big thing is.
A lot of people are talking about this Darth Tenebus. I don't know who that is.
That was
Darth who?
Darth Tenebus is Darth Plagueis' master.
I keep hearing a lot of that. I don't know. I never read that book, so I don't know.
If you go by what makes sense timeline wise and stuff like that, then that's the only person that makes sense. But since it's Disney Star Wars, in all honesty, they're gonna do whatever the hell they want to do and bring in.
I'm gonna tell you what I would mind seeing, like Yoda seeing this and he decides to seal whatever.
They already confirmed Yoda's not.
I'm just saying what I would like to see. I think would satisfy people if Yoda was in this some kind of way. He's like, a lot of mistakes we have made, and then he seals that stuff and then keeps it to himself. So that will still keep the continuity when that guy makes a statement we hadn't seen the Sith in a millennia. Because they're gonna have to make some kind of sense.
I still say he's not a Sith. I don't. Everybody keeps throwing the Sith word around
because he said
the name of the show is Acolyte. Homeboy is an Acolyte. Now he has the line that a Jedi like you may call me Sith.
Yeah, but that's
he
not
says
I'm
that,
a Sith.
But he never says I'm a Sith. So
he does say he's looking for an Acolyte.
Yeah. I think he's a wannabe.
Yeah.
Because in the Aftermath trilogy, there was a group of people called the Acolytes of the Beyond who were wannabe Sith fanatics. I think he desperately wants to be a Sith. I think.
He learned that word from somewhere. He just didn't pull out his.
Well, he was a former Jedi. Of course, every Jedi knows what a Sith is. Yeah. He's a former Jedi. Like the way he talked in Episode 6, it was clear that he was a former Jedi. He knew who Soul was.
Yeah.
So every Jedi know the lore of the Sith.
Because he told Soul, you don't recognize me?
Yeah. So I honestly, if someone said, Rob, you have to make a prediction. My prediction is I think he's a descendant or early descendant of what's going to be the Knights of Ren. His helmet looks very similar to Kylo. They play Kylo's music every time he does something. I don't think he's the Knight of Ren that Kylo kills to become Knight, because there's no way that guy's going to be 200 years old by the time Kylo is born. But I think maybe he's what starts the Knights of Ren.
And they were both shirtless.
If the Sith knew the Lord, then why would he ask him, "What are you?"
Who?
Soul asking, "What are you?" Because when he saw the red lightsaber, that should have been an indicator right there. If they were familiar with the Sith.
The Sith has been gone for a millennia, so Soul never seen one.
I'm going by your question. If they're familiar with the lore, like I'm familiar with the big bad wolf, because the wolf looks like this and he's da-da-da. They give a description usually for all these monsters. And then when you actually see it live in living color, you wouldn't ask, "What are you?"
Okay,
I would be like, "Are you a Sith?"
I'll be a thing and then seeing some person different. Like you don't understand. What is this really? What I'm actually seeing? Like, confirmation.
I play devil's advocate here on something. This is gonna be a horrible example, but just follow along with me. I don't know how this example is going to come out. Maybe I'm going to fumble this example, but we all know what Nazis are, right? But if I seen a Nazi do something, I would be like, "What are you?" I know what a Nazi is.
Like,
I know what the Corsica on the shirt is.
For my confirmation, I need to know what are you?
Yeah, like what are you?
Am I really seeing what I'm seeing right now? Because
I wouldn't just jump to the conclusion going, "You're a Nazi," you know. I'll be like, "What are you, bro?" You know, tell me. And that's when he's like, "A Jedi like you may call me a Sith or something." But I think because everybody keeps racking their brain about this Sith thing, and I'm like, I don't understand why people are. The title of the show is Acolyte. Like, it's clear he's the Acolyte.
I don't think they're playing that big of a factor in this.
No. And I think that's why they weren't concerned about having that Mundy guy in there and all this stuff, you know, and like even if they do reveal that the Zabrak mother is his master, she's not a Sith. So that's even more that Sith is not involved in this. Like, it's clear that it's just an acolyte, you know? But Justin Monty threw in a super chat. You got it.
Oh, sorry. Did you? Sorry, I was. Did you hear Marvel is returning to San Diego Comic-Con on top of being a D23 happening a couple of weeks after that?
No, I did not hear that, but
I heard that too. I heard that.
Yeah, I haven't heard that, but that just goes to show you that they're trying to get back in the good graces of people. Yeah, it's easy when you're on top.
I missed it, y'all. What y'all say about the Captain America?
We all liked it. We all liked the Winter Soldier feel to it.
I agree. That was my reaction. Had a good spy thriller to it, so I'm here for it.
Yeah. See, back when Marvel was on top and they were making billion-dollar films, they could skip Comic-Con. They're like, man, we don't need Comic-Con. Like, we're gonna make a bunch of money. But you have a couple fumbles, and boy, look how much the temperature changes. Like, yeah, we're gonna go to Comic-Con.
They want people coming back. Yeah, they do. They want to.
And they're gonna get that excitement whenever Kevin Feige would go in there and he would announce those upcoming movies. People go crazy.
Yeah,
don't let them have. You're probably gonna have an extended clip that only they're gonna premiere there.
Yeah, probably.
America 4.
He might show a clip of Fantastic Four or something. That would get everybody around.
They might show a clip of Blade. People will definitely.
I honestly don't think Blade's happening, man.
At this point, I'd rather it not happen. I feel like whatever we get will be something just pieced together.
Unless Jordan Peele's directing it, I don't think it's going to happen. They still don't have a director right now.
What's that actor's name? Mahershala Ali, I think. Right?
Mahershala Ali.
He's gonna be there with the script, and you're gonna see him. It's gonna zoom into the script, and you're gonna see Blade. They finally finished writing it.
And then Kevin Feige's gonna take it. Now we got to rewrite it.
Rewrite.
I feel bad for him, man, because how long that was announced? Like
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
They announced that the same time as Fantastic Four.
I believe before my son was born. My son's 5 now. So
body trained now. Holy crap!
Good point, Chris. I wanted to bring this up before Danny hits the road because Danny's about to go do his stream. I'm not watching Agnetha. Like I
am.
I will say I was one of the ones. I don't care about the show, but the trailer got me intrigued.
I didn't watch the trailer.
I think I might.
Watch the trailer, Rob.
It's good. It's good.
It's not bad.
I like the vibe to it.
Mm-hmm. Nah,
so I'm gonna give it a chance.
And that actress, she killed it. She's one of the better bright spots on that show.
I still say the show should have been within a year of WandaVision.
There comes a day in every man's life where he just has to put his foot down and say, I just can't do this no more. And Agatha is going to be the one for me.
I will say I'm gonna be a pirate though watching it. I'm not gonna have Disney Plus, and
they are building up Scarlet Witch so much. I don't know what the next Scarlet Witch movie is going to be.
The rumor is that they're using this to bring out a solo Scarlet Witch movie.
Yes, and she'd be the ultimate. I would watch that.
Yeah. So
the
way that she's coming back.
The thing is, Agnetha was greenlit back during the Chapek era, and Falcon Winter Soldier is what Iger is trying to do. Everybody keeps saying like this movie's gonna bomb because the budget is like $400 million. sometimes everybody, I plan on doing a video about this tomorrow, but sometimes everybody, it's about more than just the money. I am willing to bet you $100. Bob Iger said, I don't care how much it costs. We need to go back to the way we used to do things.
It's a statement. It's a statement.
We shoot everything. We might lose money on this, but if we can get the fans interested again, we'll make more money in the long run.
You take the loss to win the win in the future, you know.
Yeah.
Not only that, remember one thing is key as well. The locations that they choose to shoot, they get tax cuts on it, which can add up to millions of dollars as well. So
once this movie comes out in February, you're gonna see all these other channels going massive flop. And financially, it might flop, but I'm telling you, it's a strategy. It's all strategy.
It's strategic. I agree,
it's strategic because if this was Bob Chapek, I guarantee you we would have got like a Thor: Love and Thunder sort of thing, because they cut like an hour out of that movie. They paid an actress $20 million who didn't even end up being in the movie. So I think Bob Iger's like, we need to go back to what our identity is, and he's probably like, throw the money, reshoot it, but let's make it quality, and we'll make the money up later down the line. And I think it's all strategic.
Because that trailer feels like old Marvel.
Yes.
It feels like old Marvel.
Yes, 100%. Let's read this super chat and then let's get out of here so Danny can jump over to his show.
Bastard, $5. James Gunn and DC not going to Comic-Con this year, good or bad?
He's filming Superman. He doesn't need to go.
I think it's good.
Yeah. I think there's plenty of intrigue for Superman. I'm super excited for it. I think DC is going uphill at this point, and I don't think they need to go.
I agree. I second that. Here.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and close the show. That way, Danny can go over to his channel and do his roundtable for that show we all love so much. Danny, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays on my show, the channel, which is The Road to Wisdom, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys Guard channel, I hang out on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Tuesdays on Anzo's show at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to be watching the last episode on the Acolyte, which I'm ready to see.
Cool beans, Danny. And like I said, he's about to go do his roundtable for the show. Gascar, thank you so much for reading the super chats. As always, where can the people find you, sir?
The Basco Scenario is the channel, 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday for the hangout with DJ and Danny and G Major and a bunch of other people that decide to jump on once in a while. So,
and I'll be putting my 2 cents in the comments usually.
Always. Appreciate that too.
Thank you, sir. And DJ, where can the people find you, sir?
You guys find my channel, Token Black Guy. Find me here on Sunday nights and on Wednesdays with Gascar and the crew. I'm currently on vacation, but I will be back Tuesday, so I'll be on Wednesday night with you guys.
All right, I appreciate it, guys. I will be doing my member stream right after this show, so stick around. I'll be doing that. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Until next time, later, guys.
Peace.
Later.